Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, me Puppet. I got a very weird, interesting story. I'm a dog lover. I really like dogs. I'm really aware of the dog that I choose, and I know that if you choose the wrong dog with the wrong history, it's not fun. Mom who lost both arms saving son from family pit bull dies 1 week later. Just so you know before we start, remember to like the usual bada beam bada boom. But hey, we're gonna describe some gangster stuff, right? So if you're faint of heart and everything, they're gonna describe certain things that's gonna be a little harder than it's supposed to be. A mom who lost both arms saving her child from family pit bull has sadly lost her life as well. Heather Pingle, 35, died 8 days after fighting the dog of her 4-year-old son after it attacked him in their family home in Bowler, Wisconsin. Eric Stripe described the horrific the December 8, 9/11 call made by Heather's brother-in-law Travis, who said the home looked like a war zone. Travis told the dispatcher Heather was dying, had no arms due to the dog attack, and that her baby had to be thrown up after a possible fall down the stairs and had muscle tissue showing from a gaping wound in his leg, and said Heather was bleeding so much she didn't even know where to start trying to stop it. Arriving on the scene, Deputy Strike found Heather's partner Shane standing outside, barely able to speak. A dog lay dead in the snow outside in a large pile of blood, a cord wrapped around his neck. In the downstairs bedroom, he found Heather lying on the bathroom floor, sweater soggy from the blood, arms mangled, and face covered with a dark substance in soot. The bathroom had blood smeared all over the walls, floor, and splatter matter on the ceiling, the report notes. Cutting her sweater off with a knife, he said her left arm was hanging by muscle tissue near the biceps, the bones having been bitten through. Her right arm was loose and mangled with muscle tissue and fat showing. Her injuries were so bad, Strike said he punctured one of his gloves and almost his skin on the jagged bone edges. I don't know how careful you want to be with that, but and she was in shock and was having difficulty breathing and appeared to be giving up on breathing, he wrote. He pleaded with her to stay with him as he and another first responder carried her to an ambulance. He then immediately ran back to attend the child, curled up under a blanket on a chair in the living room, covered in vomit and blood, a gaping wound to his legs, bleeding heavily. Applying the tourniquet, Deputy Strike also asked the child to keep breathing. Tata douchey, man. I don't like dogs that much in that way that I would accept a dog with a horrible past. I know it's horrible. I know. I want to have compassion but I can't handle a dog that I know if he switch, he can kill me. I don't have anything in my house right now other than my wife that can switch and kill me. I remember when I was a kid and I heard the first story. A guy had 2 freaking dogs, right? Played every day with a dog. But one day he came with bad grades from school and he didn't want to play. When he decided to push one of the dogs, both dogs attacked him. Supposedly those dogs didn't have like a gangster pets. And I'm like, why did both attack him? If one was the bad one, they just click and both bram bram. You know, it's just weird. I'm so glad these people had the gun in their house. Shane told him what happened. He had returned home from job searching with his brother to find the bathroom door closed. Heard something inside, asking Heather if she was okay. She didn't even mention the dog she was battling for her life. Instead, her first thought was for their son. That's what Mama and Papa do if they're investing. She told him the boy had fallen down the stair and she didn't know where he was. So the fact this woman threw the baby, moved the dog in the bathroom, closed the freaking door. Do you know how bad you would feel? No, you don't know. As a father, there's something you just go in gangster mode and you will do anything to save the baby. You don't see the danger for yourself. Only the baby. Sprinting to the living room, he found his son wounded in the chair, immediately ran back to the bathroom and opened the door. Only then he realized that the dog Brownie was in there with her and attacking her. He grabbed the dog in a chokehold, getting his hand bitten in the process, and dragged it outside, Managing to grab his pistol, he kept stashed in the kitchen on the way, in the kitchen. Reaching the porch, he shot the dog in the head. Heather was rushed to the hospital where she suffered kidney failure, had to have both arms amputated. She continued to fight for her life but sadly succumbed to her injuries 8 days later. She was unable to communicate what happened before she passed, but her family knows she died saving her son's life. Deputies believe she fought the dog with her bare hands too. They found no weapon inside the bathroom. There was a toolbox covered in blood, but the tools that might have helped her defend herself were completely clean. She is the bravest, strongest mother I know to do that for her child. She risked her life to save him. She's a hero. Damien had to get 70 stitches to his legs, but will survive. Damn! If I have to be honest, to have that amount of stitches, there could be two things. Either the dog was already biting the baby and she tried to save the baby and threw the baby while the dog bit her in her arm, or she already had the baby and the dog managed to grab the baby. She used her hand to, I don't know, do something to his face, and then the dog bit her. She threw the baby and pushed them all the way into the bathroom. Whatever the story is, it's horrible. We don't know how long she was in there fighting him off, Shannon added. She got home to find her laying on the bathroom floor. She said, "I have no arms, I'm dying." Vets told police the dog had no known health issue and was up to date on its shots. It remains will be tested. However, the family said the animal did have a history of violence. Why? Told police it had been beaten by the previous owner when it was younger, and the family had taken it and cared for it. So when you have a dog like that, it's just one tick away. Don't get close to the baby. Now, that's it. The dog even attacked Shane a few years previous, causing significant injuries to his forearm. Why do you still have the dog? My sister has the biggest heart for animals. Just couldn't get rid of it, Shannon said. Her heart was too big and they thought they could fix it. I shouldn't negotiate fixing you when the other option is that you mangle me to death. While they will never know exactly what happened, Shannon has a theory. The dog was always kinda skittish when loud noises happened. So we were guessing Damien fell down the stairs and was crying and might have even kicked up towards the dog. Oh, that's a good point of view. And the dog grabbed his leg and Heather did everything she could to save her son. She believes her sister dragged the dog into the bathroom, which I thought so also, and locked herself in there with it away from her son, before ultimately losing to fight to death. Anyway, I think that's the whole story. I feel bad for the people that have experienced this. I mean, it already happened. There's nothing we can do to fix it. But we can be a little more attentive about the type of dogs you bring in. I'm not saying that I don't like dogs. I had a dog during this whole pandemic. I couldn't even take care of the dog for more than 10 days as a test to see if we can do it. But it was too much. We didn't have the space and I have to give the dog back. And I bawled my eyes. I had to let him go. Like the fox and the hound. I cried so much. I like animals too, but I need to be sure my family is also safe. Especially if you had the dog that he bit you in a weird way and you're gonna be like, yeah, but he's just a dog. Then I don't know how to justify it. Because if I want to be gangster advocate, if you know the dog doesn't like babies and loud sound and he reacts in a weird way, how did the baby reach the stairs and fell? You're the one that has to design your house in a specific way. It's your safety. My son one time almost swallowed a coin. It scared me like, oh my god, you almost died. Because I was playing with my phone. That's my fault. And I feel so bad for this situation because certain things can usually be prevented. What this woman did was amazing. Amazing. I couldn't even imagine myself locking myself up in a bathroom to save my son from a pit bull because I know there's going to be a horrible, horrifying death. But usually, I prefer to be a beta. Don't buy the dog. Don't advocate for the dog unless the dog is healthy. If the dog has been treated bad, I don't know. Just think about it. Just think about it. Anyway, I just wanted to point this out. Would you have a pit bull? Do you think they should have kept the pit bull? Let me know what your thoughts are. I would really like your opinion, and we will stay in touch, okay? Peace.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Turlo que ta verdetta welcome. Dem vida mi a tu initiativa.